Well, good morning, day 27. We are, beard's crooked. It happens. We are going to say goodbye to Standing Bear today. Some of our crowd's already left. Some of them are still packing. We're gearing up for a short day, 7 miles or so, but a lot of it is uphill. The highlight of the day will be Snowbird Mountain. I think that's the name of it. There's a big FFA waypoint up there, and we'll see that in about 4 miles, I think. And then after that, we should be downhill to our shelter, but the first part of the day is going to be a slog uphill. But we have not so far to go today, and then we've got a 13 and a half tomorrow, and I think we're going to do another 13-mile day to get into Hot Springs day after. So we'll see how things go today. We've got more liquid sunshine in the forecast, and not excited about that, but hopefully it will not be raining sideways like it did on us a couple of days ago. And the weather's not supposed to be too cold. I think 40 degrees overnight, 40 today. That won't be too bad. So we'll manage, and it'll be a good day. We'll see out there. All right, we are headed out from Standing Bear Hostel. We've got all the crew except Milkman. He's got some injuries dealing with, so. Cubit already left. He left an hour and a half ago. He was eager. He was the one who was actually thinking of staying an extra day. But we've got another day of liquid sunshine, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. We'll see up the trail. All right, here we go. We're heading up. We're gonna see how things go today.
You got any peach rings?
Well, not a whole lot to see today, but here is the mountain stream of the day. Kind of cool. Our hike so far has been a gradual uphill. Most of the time. Occasionally a steeper uphill, but mostly gradual. So we're all doing well. We're about an hour out this morning. Haven't checked mileage, but I feel like we're doing pretty well. Haven't had to stop a whole lot. That's been a good thing. So I guess that means I really am getting a little stronger on the uphills, which is something I've been eager for. Well, 11:30. Still not a whole lot to see. Still going uphill. But I have discovered as long as I'm not having to step over things, I can keep a fairly steady pace moving forward. Only been a couple of times when I've really had to stop and gasp a little bit, but getting stronger every day. I would love to show you some views today. I think there's not going to be many. We did have for a brief moment the liquid sunshine that we're enjoying turned into frozen liquid sunshine in the form of sleet, but I don't think it's going to be too much today. And I think it'll blow over tonight. So still plowing forward. Heading for the peak of Snowbird Mountain. All right, I think we're climbing the peak of Snowbird Mountain. I don't know if you can see or hear anything because it is windy as crap up here. But this is what we were trying to get up and over, and I will be really happy to be on the lee side of this thing. I'm gonna keep the phone running for a minute because I don't have much film today, and I don't have a lot of hope for getting much. Unless the weather has a sudden change. We've been being pelted with 30 or 40 mile an hour winds and ice blowing out of the trees. And I think we're near the top. And then we should have 3 miles downhill to our shelter. Right now we're just trying to keep from getting blown over. Walking in a slight ditch. Somewhere up here, there's an FAA waypoint tower. That's right over here, but you can't really see it. All right, what I'll do is I'll put some video in from 2019 for this, because you can't see squat. No pun intended. Our trail name squat. And I see my phone is fogged up completely, so I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, I walked over here to it. And I see what it is now. I think this is an air traffic control waypoint. You can see from the sign there that says it's used in FFA air traffic control. And you don't need to be in there messing around. So I can understand that. We've got one of those in Alexander County. And I wonder, I'm going to have to pull out Peak Finder because I really wonder if that might be Max Patch right over there. that's on our short list of things to do tomorrow. If we camp where I'm hoping to be tonight, we're going to be only a couple or 3 miles out from that. And that's one of the first big grassy balds that we'll encounter on our trip. So we're really kind of looking forward to that. So the trail goes right on over this little ridge right here. I'm going to go up there to the corner of it and sit down. Well, I don't know how much you can see for fog and such on the lens. I don't have many videos today because we've been hiking again in the sideways rain, and we had ice blowing off the trees when we got up to the peak of Snowbird. It was something else. But of the events today, my first 2 spectacular falls. Once we got to the top of Snowbird and I realized there was nothing to be seen there, I decided it was 3 miles downhill to the shelter. So I headed south and, well, not south, north, but downhill towards the shelter, and it started raining and it was yellow mud. It's slippery, sloshy. I couldn't get off to the side, and there was one place I must have fallen for about 8 feet. I tried planting my poles this way and that way, and they didn't save me today. Usually they do. But I'm okay, no injuries, not even tremendously muddy, which is fairly remarkable. We're going to set up camp. I've got my dry clothes on. Mostly I need to get a puffy jacket on. I'm going to go ahead and get my quilt out so I can wrap up in something and be warm for a few minutes. And then I'll have some lunch and we'll string a clothesline and hopefully dry some stuff out. I'm hoping that the weather will break this afternoon or this evening, and we'll have better weather tomorrow. So what do you do when you've walked 7 miles in the rain and you get to your shelter at 2:30 p.m.? Well, what we've been doing is sitting down, and I've been listening to a book. Gavin's probably been watching YouTube or podcast or something. Everybody's had some lunch and they're chilling. We've got everything hung up in the rafters up here. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm about ready to go get some supper stuff. It's about 4:30, 4:45. So I think I'll probably make some supper and put my food stuff up in the bear box, and then I may just chill and drift on off to sleep and get up early tomorrow. We've got a 13.5 mile day tomorrow. Hopefully we're not going to have as much rain, or any rain maybe. I don't know. Right now it's not raining. Boy, it sure did rain sideways on us and sleet and drop ice off the trees and all kinds of mess today. But anyway, I'll show you some of what we've got going on here just in a little bit. Well, here's a look out at the shelter. There's my feet. Look at those toes. And we've got bags, we've got rain gear, we've got clothes, we've got everything in the world hung up here. Hoping that it'll dry out a bit tonight. And I think it will. The wind will blow a little bit. It's not supposed to be rainy, I don't believe. And even a couple of nights ago when it was so nasty, and at least our rain gear mostly dried out. So that's a plus. And we'll have that tomorrow if we need it. But I'm hopeful that I hope we won't need the rain gear tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have 2 clear days into hot springs here in a couple of days. So we'll see how things go. Well, this is the area where we're staying tonight. I'm kind of down below it, and I'll walk you over to the creek. This is our water source. It's actually, I'll walk down the hill so I can talk on the phone and be out of the shelter and not bother everybody. But neat little creek running down through here. Obviously well fed by the rains today. Bless. So it's going to be easy for us to get water in the morning if we need it. It's not supposed to freeze tonight, so we don't have to worry about emptying our bottles. Or probably still will sleep with the filters just because it's a habit. But you know, water shouldn't be an issue. The shelter's right up there. There's Hawkeye sitting there. Dear Jeff's about to make supper, and I don't know, Cubit and Medicine Man are up there. I think I mentioned we lost Milkman today. He has been dealing with some pains and injuries and such, and he is going to try to get a ride into Asheville and figure out a way to get back to Florida. He lives in Florida, so he was going to look at that. And I, suggested to him that Allegiant flies out of Asheville, but he was thinking about renting a car and making a journey of it. I also wanted to show you, these are really cool shelf mushrooms right up here. It's about, 6 or 8 feet off the ground right there. Kind of neat little things there. And then there's another tree right over here. Not that one, but this one. And it's got a really big one on the other side of it, but I can't get to it because all this little snaggly looking stuff growing up here, that's briars. There's a lot of dead wood in this area, which I am only mildly concerned with because we're kind of down in a hole, so the wind shouldn't be an issue like it was during our hike today. And then kind of coming up through, we have actually two measures of bear proofing. We have bear cables right up here on the left. And I showed you in one of the videos, I don't remember now which one, how those work, but these, see the silver rings right there are tied into the tree, and there's a hook. And somewhere, oh, these are all up to the top, and pulley, you can't really see the pulleys, but somewhere up there just below the pulleys about a foot are the hooks that will hoist up your bags to keep them out of reach of the bears. And there's also a big steel box up the trail in here that we actually put our food in. We have a privy here, so we must be in North Carolina, although the privy walls are about 2.5 feet tall, so it's not terrifically private in there. If somebody happened to want to look from the top of the hill down, they're going to see you. And there's not a whole lot of knee room in there if you needed to do that. Somebody said, I haven't used that facility yet for that purpose, but it does seem like it's awfully tight. But it's about to be supper time. I just spun you around too fast. Sorry about that. But I've ate, Gavin's ate, dear Jeff's getting ready too. And have finished up a book. I'll probably start a new book on my library app here in a little bit. I just downloaded Bill Bryson's A Walk in the Woods. I've read it, but I figured something Appalachian Trail would be kind of cool. So I'll read that tonight, or start listening to that tonight. And I listened to it for a while going up and down the trail, and it's kind of cool. It helps to pass the time. So thank you guys for joining us. Short video today because the weather has just been it was so nasty today. I just couldn't do anything. So at any rate, we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with better weather and a long day. We're going to try to pull 13 and a half tomorrow to put us closer to getting into Hot Springs day after tomorrow. So I'll let you know how that goes, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, so we've got Squat on the bottom. She just squatted down.
Wait, okay, can I do it again?
And picked up Squish. All right, she's gonna go get. Oh, so here she goes. This is where the trail name Squat came from. They were hanging a bit on it.
I'm missing my hands a little bit. It's not terrible.
Well done. We've enjoyed hiking with them for the last few days. It has been awesome to have some youth in our group besides Gavin. So thank you guys for joining us. I hope the middle-aged crowd has not freaked y'all out too badly.